them other niggas lame, and you know it now.
Yo, what's
when
up?
a real
We back
nigga
at it
hold you
again.
down, you supposed to drown.
It's episode 3.
Yep, episode 3 of B-Talk. We're back with your boy T-Brad.
This your girl, Just Jill.
And we are back with a special guest today.
Yeah, we do. We actually do have our first special guest, our first interview. He's a producer. His name is Russo. And I also used to be his RA once upon a time ago. So I'm glad he's here with us. And we're going to be bringing him out a little bit later. But how was your week this week?
Shit. I mean, it was a pretty good week. The weather, up and down.
The weather was straight this week, but last week, oh my God, that Atlanta and they snow. Look. I just need all the meteorologists to quit that work in Atlanta this week, and I need all of them to get their lives because they had the city
The city was locked down.
the city was locked down and it didn't even snow. I live in Athens, so it didn't really snow like that. It was snowed enough to cover my car.
All it did was get ice, really. I mean, it was pretty much nothing.
These folks brought everything in all the stores last week because they thought it was supposed to be 4 to 6 inches of snow, which still isn't even a lot. But whatever. I'm done. Oh,
remember
my
I sent you
God.
the picture? I went to the Publix. There was nothing.
There was nothing. No meat, nothing. That was crazy.
I couldn't even get no goddamn hamburger helper. The hamburger helper was gone.
Boy, folks in Georgia be acting a fool when it snow. Oh my God, it didn't even do nothing, man. Let me. That could have been my pet peeve of the week, but it ain't. I got another one. What's yours first? What's yours?
Okay, so pet peeve of the week. It's probably gonna be social media. With the adding the live, on Instagram and Facebook. I can't stand when people go live. Nobody gives a fuck what you're doing.
I hate that.
Nobody really cares.
They got it. They got the IG live on they got live on IG now. Oh my God, I don't even get on my IG app no more because
and you can't even turn off the notifications.
Yeah, you can't turn that notification off. I hate it. I hate it so much.
And then every time, especially girls, every time they go live, they're just standing there
if you're not doing nothing, don't go live. No one cares for real. No one really. They really don't care. You need to go live if you're doing something exciting. If you're traveling somewhere, that's when you use the Facebook Live. Not when you on the way to work. Don't nobody care.
They really don't.
Jesus Christ.
What's your pet peeve of the week?
My pet peeve of the week this week is people that ask me questions that Google can answer. What's the weather looking like? Or what movie's playing at what movie theater? Stuff like that. Any type of question that Google can answer and you ask me first, I'm going to probably tell you to Google it.
I feel like you're talking about me.
Little shades being thrown, but
I'm always texting you.
You are texting me, asking me questions that Google can answer. No. I got another friend that likes to ask a lot of questions, and I always tell her to Google. Shout out to you, Nat, with all your wonderful questions.
Shout out to Nat with the fat cat.
Yeah. She also got a CD. Oh, she got a Kids Bop CD.
Yep.
Yeah, turn up learning. Turn learning up.
Turn up learning. We're gonna have her on the show soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have her on the show too soon, man. It's crazy.
All right.
Hey there, ladies. Valentine's Day is approaching. I know if you had that special someone, you want to get that face beat down for the gods. Well, I know the person that you can contact. Miss Ambriana Eccles is a freelance makeup artist who works in the Athens, Atlanta area. She services clients of all races, ethnicities, and genders. Her work can be found on her IG page and her Facebook profile. Now, I'm going to spell it out for you, okay? AMBRIANNAMUA. So y'all check her out, hit her up, get those faces beat for Valentine's Day and any other special events. Thank you.
All right. We're back with the hot topics of the week. Jill, take us away with the first hot topic.
Ooh, the first hot topic. I know y'all know about this. It's a little old, but it's still a little fresh. This Chris Brown Soulja Boy fight. I can't believe it's happening. There's so much to say. There's so much to say about this. Okay, let me just fill y'all in if y'all haven't been on any type of social media lately. Apparently Soulja Boy liked one of Karrueche's pictures or left hard eyes on her picture. He snapped the next day, and then the whole day they were arguing, wanting to fight or something like that.
Social media.
Yeah, on social media. They basically going back and forth on social media. Karrueche put her 2 cents in, got cussed. Chris cussed her out. I don't know why she even said anything, but
that's why you never let a man do anything for you? Because he just dragged her with it.
He did. Oh my God, that was crazy. That was a drag. But basically, Chris Brown and Soulja Boy are beefing. That's the reason why they're fighting. But they're actually gonna fight. Like, put on gloves, put headgear, all that good stuff on, and box it out in the ring. Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent set it up. It's going to be on pay-per-view. Apparently, the fight is in April. I think it's in March or April. I don't know.
I think it's in March or April. But it's,
but it's in Dubai. It's overseas.
Dubai.
Yeah. It's crazy. I cannot believe this is really happening. Soulja Boy's been posting little videos of him training. Lord Jesus. Lord, I'm just going to pray for Soulja because Chris Brown is going to demolish them if this fight really goes down because Soulja is it don't matter if he train. It don't matter if he do push-ups all day, every day for the next 3 months. He's still not going to be ready. I'm sorry.
But what if Soulja Boy actually wins?
He's not going to win. I'm sorry. He's not.
How do you know?
Because Chris Brown lives to fight. He lives. He can't wait to fight somebody. Like I know he's been waiting for this. I know he's been waiting for this forever, and he's way bigger than him. His reach is longer than his. Everything. It's not even a fair fight, honestly, because they don't even weigh the same. I think Chris weighed like 210, 215. Soulja Boy probably weighs 150, and I give him that because his height.
I think they're going to turn this into like a new thing, celebrity boxing.
Yeah, it's definitely about to be a thing. Like, this is how I guess celebrities are going to settle beefs now. But they're also going to make a lot of money at the same time.
Yeah, a lot of money. Did you see that they were talking about 21 and 22 Savage are supposed to be fighting next?
Yeah, 21 said he ain't fighting him.
He's not?
No, he said he ain't fighting him. He ain't stunting that dude.
What about when Meek Mill jumped in and said that he would fight Drake for $5 million?
Yeah, Meek Mill tried to add his little 2 cents in and talking about he'll fight, and then Safari left a comment and was like, Drake's busy on tour, but I'll box. I was like, ooh, I think
Meek would fuck up Drake, but then the game jumped in. The game said he would fight Meek.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. He did? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. The game
my
said
God.
like 2 days ago.
Meek ain't fighting none of them because he ain't got no hands either. I seen him he was trying to
the game would probably murder.
Yeah, he probably will. Oh my God. Let's go to the next one. But that's just the update for it. So apparently they supposed to be fighting in April. We'll see.
We will see.
We will see. Ooh, now to the real. Ooh. Kim Burrell. Let me tell you something, Kim. Shut up, okay? Because you're not even supposed to be preaching technically. So, shut up.
What did she do, Jay? What did she do?
Oh my God, man! I know you know about those little comments that she made about homophobes and not homophobes. I'm sorry, she's the homophobe, but comments she
made
basically
some homophobic remarks.
Yeah, she basically made some comments about like gay people being perverted or that's perversion or all this other stuff, and she got a lot of backlash about it, and she should have. Ellen snatched her off the show. Good. I hope all the checks any check that she receives from a gay person, I hope they snatched it because you don't deserve it.
Ironically, she was on Frank Ocean's album.
Exactly.
And Frank Ocean's mom said that he wants her off the song. I guess the
rightfully so. Fuck that bitch. For real. I hate when people do that. Like, I'm looking for a church home where that's not an issue right now. But until I find one where I feel comfortable enough to be in church and not feel like something's wrong with me. Like, I grew up in the church and was born and raised in the church and stuff like that. So like, this stuff is, when people make comments like that, when preachers do sermons on it, it's just so like, mind your business. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't see how any of that affects people. Like, if the person isn't in a relationship with you, why are you even speaking on it? Why are you speaking on anybody's lifestyle? Like, I don't get it. It don't affect you, but you want me to pay my tithes to you, though.
Exactly.
But you want me to, do all this or spend my... No, I'm not doing that. No.
I think that her sermon was recorded last year and it just got released. So somebody,
Oh, that was last year?
Yeah, it was last year.
Oh, wow.
And somebody released it. I guess somebody in the church released it right when she was supposed to be going to Ellen, like you said. So
yeah, her timing. Well, sucks to be you, Kim. We'll see what them checks looking like 6 months from now. All right, so let's get off of her. Let's get on to the good stuff. Golden Globes.
Yes, the Golden Globes were last weekend, and a lot of black stars won. Tracee Ellis Ross.
Yes.
She did win, like I predicted. She won for
you got it right.
Blackish.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm finna say Girlfriends again.
She should have won. She should have won for Girlfriends.
Yeah, she won. She was the first African-American woman to win in that category in 33 or 34 years since Debbie Allen won for Fame. So that's a big feat.
Childish Gambino, Atlanta won.
Yeah.
They won for best, super shocked.
They won for Best Comedy and he won for Best Actor. So that was a big feat right there.
Great,
and he shouted out the Migos.
Yes, and he shouted out the Migos. And the Migos song went #1 this week. Shout out to Bad and Bougie. Shout out to T-Shirt, too. That other song is fire on that album. Oh, my God.
Who else won?
Who else won? Who else?
I'm trying to think of the Golden Globes. Who else? Black
Golden
won.
Globes.
I think that was pretty much it. Shit.
What you calling for? How to Get Away with Murder? Did she win?
No, she didn't
oh,
win.
she was in. Oh, they were all.
Oh, she did win for Fences. She won
Fences,
for
okay.
Fences,
Yeah, and they kept
Best
saying.
supporting actress in the
Did
drama.
you hear how they kept saying Hidden Fences?
Yeah,
on the
they said
show?
Hidden
That
Fences
was crazy.
instead of Hidden Figures.
I was like, oh my god.
I mean, what do you expect? There's only like 2 black movies out this year.
And they combined them.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even.
And then
So
on
sad.
Twitter, they kind of turned it into
Yeah, they
a trending
did.
topic.
That was funny.
And
that was.
Moonlight won for Best Dramatic Film.
I still haven't seen Moonlight yet, but I've heard it's really good.
Moonlight is a good movie. They promoted it as a gay movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw the movie. It's really, they don't even get into his sexuality
For real?
at all. Really, they barely do. I mean, he kind of masturbates on a beach with this other guy, but like it's literally like a 30-second scene. The whole movie is really about this boy as he transitions through life, and he kind of comes to age. Not only comes of age, but he kind of finds himself. He finds who he is, and he tries to navigate that while having a drug addict mother and no father present.
Dang. All right. Well, I need to see that. I'm definitely gonna see it. I might watch that this week. Honestly. Let's see. What we got next?
Obama's farewell speech was this week.
It was.
Deuces. I mean, I don't really have nothing to say about it.
He talking about deuces. I thought I watched a little bit of it, the part where his daughter was crying and stuff like that when he started talking about his wife. I thought that was really sweet. I'm gonna miss the Obamas. I like the way that they went all 8 years without any type of controversy
Or scandal. I'll give him that, yeah.
scandal. Like,
You know what was funny to me?
He ain't had no baby mamas come out the closet. Like nothing. He had nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And people. That's like he might have been the perfect president.
You know
He
the
might
funny
have.
thing of the farewell address?
Mm-hmm.
The biggest topic of the address was that his youngest daughter was not there.
Yeah, she had
That's
school.
all that people cared about.
But she had school. They
Yeah.
said somehow she had
study for a
assignments.
test.
Yeah, I was like, yes, that's something my mama would have did
I
for
was gonna say,
real.
that's a black mother for
Yes,
you.
that is a black mother. Michelle's so black. I love her. I'm gonna miss him for real. What we got next on here?
So Vivica A. Fox, she has a show on Oxygen called Vivica's Black Magic. She was on The Breakfast Club, and she's catching backlash as well for, I'm not going to say anti-gay comments, but basically her show is about male strippers. She's trying to give black male strippers limelight.
Why does she have a male stripper show?
I don't know. She said that she wants to make like the Black Chippendales or the Black Magic Mike. Regardless,
People aren't. That shit is not even. And it's not even coming from me because I'm not. I don't look at guys like that or whatever. But
You don't?
like, oh no, I don't. Like male strippers, it's not like a thing. Like,
I mean, I
all
guess
the girls that I hang out with, they're not into that.
I mean,
Like,
I guess it is in like Las Vegas on the Strip or whatever. I don't know.
maybe when we was like 18, like fresh out of high school, like girls that like any girl I know that's been to like a male strip club or whatever, they've only been once. They don't like just go like.
See, that's what Vivica was saying. She was saying that a lot of black women want to go, but they don't want to look at white men. But nevertheless, her comment was that she said that her dancers do not dance for gay men, and she's catching kind of backlash off of it. Some of the creators and sponsors of the show have already pulled out saying that, they're not going to support this. I'm kind of 50-50 on it because
I don't even know why they asked her that question.
But my thing is,
Why does it matter?
I really don't see what she said.
I don't even see gay men going to. Do they go to male strip? Like seriously,
know,
like
shit.
do they go to male strip?
But I'm saying
clubs?
I don't see like what she said was so wrong. Like you can't make somebody dance for somebody that they don't want to dance for. Shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then they were saying
the question wasn't even necessary.
I mean, it really wasn't. But they were saying, would black people be offended if they said, I'm not going to dance for black women or black men? And they're trying to. I don't really get into that argument when people try to compare sexuality with racism.
Yeah.
Like because it's not. I don't know. It's really not comparable.
It's not. It isn't. She shouldn't have. She should have just passed the question. That's what she should have said. She shouldn't even answer it. She should have been like, pass. I'm not answering that. Whatever. She let them ask her.
Moving right along, the next hot topic of the week is a waiter for Olive Garden was fired for pretending to have cancer to get better tips in Mississippi. You know what?
That's crazy.
That's some shit I would do. So I can't even fucking lie. Like, that's some shit I would do.
That's so fucked up.
It's fucked up, but people don't tip. You know that.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm not about to lie and say I got cancer.
I mean, how do you? I don't even get how that comes up. Hey, would you like a salad? I have cancer. You know,
like what? How
how
did he do that? Like did he like shave his head and eyebrows and stuff? Like
I
he
don't
had
know.
to like. Was it a woman or a man? It was me.
It was a guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, that's crazy, bro. You deserve to lose your job for that. That's crazy. I can't just call no cancer on my. I can't do that. I can't do it. Nope, can't do it.
I wonder how he even got caught.
Somebody from his job. I bet a coworker snitched on him.
Probably.
That's probably how he got caught.
Probably somebody bitter as fuck because he was getting more tips than them.
Oh man. Damn, what's next? What we got next?
So Lee Daniels, the creator of Empire, created a new show called Star.
Basically,
Yeah.
Empire 2.
So Star
2.0.
is about two sisters and a third girl, and they're trying to get to stardom. They moved to Atlanta. It kind of it didn't get backlash, but people were wondering how you go from being such a pro-black director in other films like Precious and The Butler, and then creating Empire, which is an all-black show. How you create a show with a white lead? So Lee Daniels commented on that and said, because I felt that the country instinctively, I thought, needed to heal. And I thought that this white girl is so fabulous that black people will embrace her and white people will embrace her.
His comments lately have really been irking me. Like, I don't know what the heck his problem is, but I'm done with him. I'm done with Lee.
He's been saying some ignorant ass shit.
Stuff all week. He said something else this week about black people need to work hard, or
I really don't get Lee
need to
Daniels
stop complaining, or black actors need to stop complaining and something like that. Do the work. I'm like, why do successful once black people become successful?
It's like, hey, the world is racist, so let's put a white girl out there.
Yeah.
And let's give her some more dollars in her pocket because we want the black community to heal. Like,
how does that help?
I don't understand why people always think that black people need help through white people. Like, that's gonna kind of
because white supremacy.
Yeah, but that's just ignorant as fuck. Like, how do you change? How do you go from being so pro-black to all of a sudden, we're going to put a white girl on the show? And she's supposed to be like 18. She looks like 45 years old.
Yeah, she do. And I don't know. Lee is cooning out right now. I don't know what he got going on, but I'm not watching none of his stuff for a while. So, too bad. So sad.
Speaking of Star, one of the stars in Star is Queen Latifah. And she was on, I forgot what show, but she was interviewed and she said that she's actually working on a reboot of Living Single.
Oh, that might be lit.
Single.
That might be lit. Oh, man.
I mean, I think that show is much needed on TV today, but I kind of feel like it's kind of so damn late. Like, after the show, shit, like, what is it going to be about? Are you going to have the same cast, different cast? But I feel like that show was dope. And we were just talking about that a while ago. Queen Latifah actually said in an interview about 5 to 10 years ago that the owner of NBC back in the 90s said he was interviewed and he was asked if you could take any show off of TV and put it on your network, what would you take? And he said Living Single. 2 years after that or a year after that, he created Friends. So it's like Friends is the white version of Living Single.
Yeah, it literally is. Wow, that's crazy.
So, I mean, I think that show would be dope. I kind of feel like Living Single has been done a lot, though, nowadays. You get, like, Living Single and Girlfriends are kind of similar to me.
Yeah, they pretty much are. Like, same show. And then Insecure is kind of like, it's not like Living Single, but it's still like a...
I mean, technically, she's single now.
If she do a reboot, she gonna have to do it right.
Or she could put it on Netflix, so,
just put it on Netflix. That'll work.
All right, now our final hot topic of the week is P. Diddy. About 2 days ago, P. Diddy came out and said that hip-hop is dead. He went on this entire rant. He deleted all of his social media account, and a lot of millennials are mad at him because his comments, he said that hip-hop has too much cooning and shaking and jiving and just all this shit going on. And I'm like, nigga.
Cooning?
Yeah,
he's saying shaking and jiving?
I'm like, nigga, back in the
Diddy bop.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like back in the 90s, that's what you did. People said the same thing about you. And like, MC Hammer and that type of shit, like, that's what you did.
Yeah, the only thing that I don't like about hip-hop right now is that they're glorifying the use of drugs. I remember back then they used to talk about selling it and all that other stuff, but now it's like everybody is on drugs. I'm like, y'all know this is a problem? Like, this is not okay. Like, pills, the Xans, the lean, all that stuff like that stuff messes with your brain. It messes with your brain. It changes you. I done seen people on it. Like, that ain't nothing.
The thing that I miss from hip-hop today is, like, I really... shout out to the Migos for doing big things, but I miss that southern that southern style. Like, I mean, you get it from Big Crit. I mean, it's out there, but it's not like in the mainstream.
It's not in mainstream right now. No, it isn't.
Like if you look at Atlanta, I'm gonna say Atlanta music probably 20 years ago, 15 years ago, all the way to now. Like, we went from Outkast to Migos.
But Atlanta is so. They have
so
many
diverse.
different types of styles.
I'm saying it is diverse, but the one that gets lifted up is this. I can kind of see what P. Diddy means, though.
Yeah, the one that gets lifted up is the ratchet, the insignificant. Yeah.
Like, I miss that
Thank God
what's the word?
Thank God I don't listen to the radio no more though. So
That
that's
Goody Mob, that Bun B, that Southern shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But it's not the style right now because can't nobody hit them folks to it. So
I don't think it's not the style. I just think that we're only focusing on one type of hip hop.
Yeah.
So when you focus on one type, it's automatically going to push that up and make money. And that's another thing. You got to look at what makes money.
yeah, what sells? What's out here making
These
money?
record execs and these, people who own these record companies, they want a certain type of music out. So that's it.
And
what it
Diddy
is.
should know that.
True, because he is a true.
Because
Bad
who they got that's hot right now?
Who, Bad Boy?
Yeah, who signed that label?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Exactly. So maybe that's just why he's upset because he
I
ain't
can't
getting enough
think.
shine.
I want to say Bad Boy got somebody. I know I'm tripping. Isn't French Montana with Bad Boy? I'm tripping. I don't know.
I don't know who he's with.
I think he's a Bad Boy. I don't know. But that concludes our hot topics of the weeks, folks.
Yeah, so now it's time for the interview.
We'll be back with Russo in a second.
Yep. All right, we're back with our special guest.
Yes, we have CEO and producer Russo in the building.
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing?
We're doing pretty good. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's a pretty good Sunday. Smooth day.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, cool.
yes,
So let's just
glad to
start
have
off
you.
by you telling us where you're from. Let the people know.
That's really a tough question for me to answer, honestly. I moved around a lot when I was young. I didn't really know what to answer to that till I got to Atlanta. I spent the most time here when I moved to Panola Road.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Panola Road.
Yeah, east side. But I moved
Over there by
around.
the Walmart?
Yeah. I actually lived right in Creekside Crossing.
I got caught shoplifting there once.
Oh,
Didn't
my
I told you that
God.
shit?
Everybody gets caught
Yeah,
shoplifting.
like,
in
I got
Panola.
barred from Walmart there.
Oh my
Me and some of my friends. But that's another
the
story.
Walmart days.
Walmart on Panola, man. Good days.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your childhood. Like, I know you said you kind of grew up a lot of,
So your parents in the military?
No, I get that a lot. My parents not in the military. I had a rough childhood a little bit. We hopped around a lot of different apartment complexes, from city to city. I moved from like Augusta to LA. I got family out in LA, South Central.
Shout out to Grovetown, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And I bounced around a lot in Atlanta. So my childhood, I wasn't poor or nothing, but I wasn't rich by any means. I had to everything I wanted. I had to get it myself.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yes. Hard work ethic. Yes. Going with it. All right, so are you in school?
No, I actually just graduated. I just graduated in December.
Okay.
Albany State. Shouts out to Albany State.
Shout out to Albany State. Yes, ASU.
Where's that
yes.
school at?
It's down
Oh, that's where
south.
y'all went.
Yeah. Don't act like you don't know.
do that.
Come
Don't
on
do
now.
Albany. Don't do it.
Shouts out to the HBCU.
Exactly. You know.
I would never go to Albany again in my life. It's hot as a bitch down there. Like, it's hot as fuck.
It is hot.
It's hot as hell, man. But
That's
it's,
a whole
it's Georgia.
different
It ain't but what 5 degree difference.
No,
It meant that degree meant it meant a lot, man.
I went down there for
When
Jill.
I used to come home. It used to be so cold. I used to be like,
Oh yeah.
God, like,
Yeah.
In
it's
summertime,
crazy.
Albany, that's that real Georgia heat.
Yeah.
I went down there for Jill and Nat's graduation a few years ago, and like before I even got into graduation, my goddamn armpits was sweating. Like I'm a big guy, and I walking up in there, puddles under my
Sweat
arms.
stains.
Yeah, like
You
flies
gotta learn how to
everywhere,
dress in
gnats.
Albany
I'm just
for
like,
real,
fuck
because it's
this.
hot for real. It is super hot. Oh my God. Okay, well, what was your major in school? by the way?
I changed my major a lot, but I graduated with healthcare management,
Okay.
business management.
Cool.
Okay, cool. All right,
So what makes you unique? Like, what are you interested in? Like, we know you're interested in music, but what else? What's gonna make the people want to gravitate towards you?
I like a lot of different things. I like sports, of course. Every dude likes sports, but I like art. I like.
You'd be surprised in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You like art? Like
Yeah, I
you
like
like going
art.
to like
Art exhibits and
yeah, art
everything.
exhibits
I
and
like
stuff,
going
yeah.
to museums. I like, I can draw a little bit. My brother can paint and draw, so me and him got this little competitive thing going.
Cool.
But
I know you say you like music. What types of music do you like?
when I was coming up, it was mainly just hip hop, rap, R&B. But since I kind of said I wanted to be a producer, I had to be a lot more open to a lot of music. So I started listening to a lot of country. I started listening to a lot of rock, maybe not metal, but I'm trying to be a lot more open and listen to a lot more classical music now too.
That's interesting because I think that a lot of young black men, we only listen to hip hop, and now
And
that
it
you said
limits
that,
you.
yeah, it does limit you.
Yeah,
And
it
if you
does.
actually know music, you know that hip hop is probably the most unoriginal form of music. Like they sample from everybody else. So I think like that's really dope that you do gravitate to other types of music.
All right, so now how did you get into producing? Because I didn't even know any of this.
I really had a wide musical background. I played a lot of different instruments when I was coming up.
Wow.
I started off when I was in like 4th grade they had like a little program in my school. I played violin for like a couple months. That was
Oh,
my
yeah, I
first
remember that little
introduction.
program,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
So-
program?
And like 4th or 5th grade, you learn how to play violin. And I think
Yeah.
at the end of the year, they did like it was like an after school program,
Yeah,
right?
it was,
yeah,
it
yeah. It
was.
was part of after school.
That was my first taste of music.
Did you go to after
that.
school? You didn't go to after school?
I did,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
I
it
was
part of
always
after
in the
school.
little-
After school was so dope, man.
I was always in the little room
Lit.
after school.
That was
You
the
know,
best
like,
part
with
of
the
the day.
basketball.
That was the best part.
I couldn't do it. Like,
After school used to be lit.
Man,
The
that was
snacks.
fun.
Oh my god.
all we had was cheeses in my school.
We had the good
Jesus,
snacks.
man. I had
Overthrow was
little
on deck.
peanut butter and jelly graham cracker bars things. Them shit
Teddy
so good.
Grahams.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I live for those days, man.
I was always in OR, so I can't even tell you about it. Like,
Oh my god. Oh yeah, you was bad.
I would probably
Oh,
be sitting
God.
right next to you if we went to the same school, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. I wasn't even bad in school like that. What
I
was
just
wrong with
talked a
y'all?
lot.
You just talked a lot.
Yeah, I was that kid that was talking. Tyler, stop talking. Bruce, stop talking. Just get out. Okay, I'm sorry. I made an A, but I'm gonna get out now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the
was
one
me.
that shoot. I just made good grades. I just didn't pay attention or get off my phone. Never turned in my cell phone.
I mean, I always made good grades, but I always had an issue with talking. And as you know, Jill, like, I had no problem challenging authority. Like,
Oh, we know. Oh, we know.
yeah, like, so that was me.
All right, so let's get to the meat and the potatoes of this interview. Let's
So-
talk about the Go ahead.
So what's your biggest hurdle being a producer? Like, being a new and upcoming producer, like, what challenges do you face that kind of make it difficult for you to, get in there, really get in there?
Yeah.
Um,
Who we worked with, all that stuff. I didn't
I've lately I've been working with a couple artists. So one of my homies, Split and OD Prodigy, they out in Albany.
Okay,
I've
yeah, know them.
been working with it's a singer. She goes by Q. I recently got reached out to by a couple of people in the industry.
Okay.
Not big names, but
Yeah, don't tell all your secrets.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Can't tell all the moves.
But my biggest hurdle probably be generating and getting a consistent fan base. You know, everybody loves saying that they support you, but when the rubber hits the road, you really see who's
Yeah,
down with
yeah,
Trust
you
us, we
definitely
know.
know. Yeah, we know.
you. So that's
Okay.
probably my biggest thing so far, and just finding my own sound and just sticking to it. You know,
How do you network? Like what are your like networking? Like how do you go to the clubs or like how do you reach out to artists and get work?
I don't really like going to the club like that, but I will because it's part of the job and everything. So I'll go to a couple parties, DJ events, listening parties or whatever I can get into. Also, I send a lot of emails and I submit a lot of emails and beats and stuff to main pages on Instagram or
okay.
they email or whatever. So I see a lot of people on my Twitter, my Instagram. I just get done 3, 4, 5 beats and I just shoot them to them. They say we need beats. I'm shooting all type of beats everywhere.
Okay.
So that's pretty much how
That's
I met
smart,
a lot
man.
of people how I got here.
So do you think that social media makes it easier or harder for you to be a producer in today's society?
It's really both.
It's
You
the way
know,
you use
Double-edged
it. to me.
sword.
Yeah, because it opens a lot of doors to people that you probably would never meet or run across normally. But at the same time, everybody else in the same field is doing exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's pushing out those same emails, those same DMs. So you gotta have a sense of uniqueness or individuality.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
okay.
Yep, you sure do.
That's interesting. So do you think that your race affects anything that you do as far as your career choice in today's world?
If it does, probably positive. Honestly, black people being associated with music.
Yeah, true.
So it's me being a music producer and me being black. It's like, okay, well, if you're halfway decent, I'll at least give you a shot because just by stereotypes and culture, you should be straight.
True.
Yep.
That's interesting.
You know?
That's actually a good look at that. I never thought about it like that. So 50 years from now, what would you like people to remember about you or your craft or what you
Yeah,
do?
what's that legacy Russo's gonna leave?
Oh man, I'm trying to go all the way. I want to be remembered forever.
Legacy over memory.
Straight up. I want to, like people go back and listen to Marvin Gaye and everything. People still gonna be listening to Metro Boomin and all these great producers now. Zaytoven. I want to have my number one hit. I want to have multiple hits. It's not about the money to me. It's about leaving everlasting music.
The money matters a little bit, though.
I mean, it helps.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely helps. But
helps.
at the end of the day, man, I just love music, man. I want to see people playing my song on the radio or dancing to it, vibing to it. That's
I gotta
my
listen
thing.
to a few of your beats because my brother raps, so I gotta.
Oh, most definitely. I'm getting to a point now where I'm getting a
Have you
lot
found
better.
your sound? Like, do you have like a particular sound? Because how Metro has his.
Mm-hmm.
All the Like, do you have like a sound?
I'm kind of getting to that. I figured that one thing that I realized I do a lot is use a lot of pure instruments.
Ooh.
Me playing a lot of instruments.
live
I
instruments?
got a lot of live instruments.
What instruments did you play? I played saxophone.
I really played saxophone.
Yeah,
I played saxophone, baritone, piano, little violin, like I told you. Trumpet for a couple little
Sit
bit.
next to the next Beethoven.
I was running through them.
So let me ask you a question. Pharrell, Timberland, Just Blaze, Scott Storch, Kanye West. Who'd you pick? Best producer.
Oh,
Man,
that was
that's
a good one.
tough
Jesus.
one, man.
Oh, sheesh.
Just Blaze, Timberland, Pharrell,
Scott, don't forget
Kanye,
about
Scott.
Scotty.
You already know who I'm gonna pick.
I already know who picking, yeah.
I love Kanye West.
Oh,
man.
that's my
Yeah,
favorite
there
rapper.
you go,
saying?
all
Yeah.
right.
That's probably one of my favorite
I love
rappers.
Kanye. Like they're all great, but
Yeah.
between I remember watching one of I actually posted on my Instagram not too long ago. I posted a video when Kanye just transitioned from being a producer to a rapper, and he was saying, you know, I don't care about being a producer. I'm trying to be a rapper, and I don't care if I got to out rap y'all. I might not be the first, second, or third album, but I'm gonna be the greatest. You know that just transpired to me. Like,
See, that's who I was gonna pick. Kanye, like his whole just transition from producer to rapper is probably one of the most interesting that I've ever seen. Like, it's
He's
just-
a hard worker, man.
yeah.
Nobody really knows that, but Kanye puts up hours in the
Yeah,
studio,
true.
hours and days.
I believe it.
Not only that, but just Kanye's knowledge of music. He doesn't get enough credit for that. Like,
No, he do. He knows music. I'll give
yeah.
him
You
that.
go back and listen to some of his older albums and some of them beats that he created,
Yeah.
man. And like Graduation, Late Registration, all the instruments. You know, one of my favorite songs,
I
I
was gonna
Wonder.
ask you, what's your favorite?
Um,
What's your
He's really having a moment
Yeah.
right now because he loves Kanye.
What's your favorite Kanye song and your favorite Kanye produced song or production?
I would say my favorite song is Touch the Sky. Him and Lupe Fiasco.
dang,
like
yeah.
the beat was crazy. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy. Like I love
That
it.
fanfare was
I can't even pick his favorite production, man. I got so many favorites.
crazy.
One of my favorite Kanye produced songs would probably have to be Sanctified with Rick Ross and
Oh,
Big
yeah,
Sean.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
love
yeah,
the
yeah.
organs and the live instruments. Like
Definitely,
it sounds like a
definitely.
church song and rap song.
I love those
Yeah.
cross-genre mixes.
Yeah, me too. I love that.
Yes,
Love it.
I love him.
I think that's where I'm kind of getting to now. A lot of the instruments that I use, like saxophone and stuff, I love putting them with like bass or a drum kick that make it into a hip hop beat that you can rap to. I love that. Like,
True.
I've never heard like a jazz, hip hop type beat. I don't think I have.
It's
Like
it's
there's some out
it's
there.
interesting.
Probably,
It's
but
interesting.
I wonder how that would work.
It makes you want to dance like you listen to a dance hall song.
Yeah.
But then you kind of got a vibe to it, like you want to listen to somebody spit on it. It's a mix. It's different.
So if somebody wants to reach out to you or find you, how can they find you?
Oh yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, anything at NIKEPSYCHE. That's Nike Psyche. Or you can email me, NikePsyche@gmail.com.
You know I'm dyslexic. I thought it said Nike Fike. Like I was like,
I get that a lot.
I was
man.
like, what the? Jill
Nike
knows. I
Psyche.
kind of like.
Yes.
I'm like half her. I got some mental issues going on.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Now I was struggling with what name I wanted to pick like 4 or 5 years ago. My Instagram name, and Nike is like some Greek Roman term for winning, and that mentality.
Okay.
Psyche is like your brain, so it's winning
Oh, so your
mentality.
name has a meaning.
Oh yeah. Everything I do has a meaning.
Interesting. I like that. So when the people come and find you and they look you up and listen to your music, what are they going to say makes you different from other producers?
Probably me establishing my sound, like I say, those instruments and everything. Me having that musical background with playing a lot of instruments. I don't mind using synthesizers. I don't mind using those things, but I really like the pure sound of a trumpet mixing with a
sounds
saxophone,
good.
mixing with a, it gives you that. It just makes you, it moves something inside of you when it's hit correctly.
So do you like autotune?
I mean, yeah, I like autotune. I'm not heavy on it or anything, but it's part of the modern day thing. Like,
Yeah. I was just thinking about I forgot when it was, but when Jay-Z, came out with the DOA.
yeah.
And it was kind of ironic to me because, him and Kanye are like
Yeah.
best buds and Kanye uses
Yeah.
autotune.
Wow, yeah, that was interesting. I didn't think about that.
Rest in peace to T-Pain.
I know, right?
Not rest in
Oh
peace.
man, T-Pain. A lot of people don't give T-Pain his credit, man.
Oh,
that
man.
man done put some hits.
He was a trendsetter when
Yeah,
it
he
comes
really
to that,
was.
man.
He
Like,
really was. He
the
really
singer
was.
on autotune, man, T-Pain will forever be a legend.
I
early
can't remember, did
2000s.
T-Pain do it first or did Kanye do it first with 808s?
No, I think T-Pain.
Nah.
No, because
was it
T-Pain was
about the
actually
same
on
time?
that album, or he was like working with
Oh,
him or
Good
something
Life,
like
that song,
that.
Good Life, I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I think Kanye started it with, not College Dropout,
Late Registration.
a little bit in Late Registration, a lot more in Graduation, and then definitely 808s. But I mean, they both kind of did it around the same time.
Yeah, it
but,
was around
yeah.
the same time period.
It was more I think T-Pain got a lot more credit for it because that was
Yeah.
like his thing. Like that was
Almost
people
every
knew
song
it.
he did had auto-tune.
But I remember it was like 2 years ago. Time Magazine called Kanye's 808s one the most influential album. It was either the most influential album of all time or the most influential album of hip hop because it did usher in a new sound. So that's why I was kind of thinking, was it Kanye or was it T-Pain? Because I remember it was so like they're both right around the same
close.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was so close. I think
love
it was
that
T-Pain,
album
though. I think
too,
he was
man.
first.
yeah.
We need somebody from Florida. I'm pretty sure somebody from Florida can answer that question. They'd be like, no, T-Pain was All right, so it probably was T-Pain. So we're gonna just say it was
Yeah,
We're
T-Pain.
we
gonna
give
let
it
that one
T-Pain.
go. Yeah, we're gonna go with T-Pain.
Yep.
So let's go into a little bit more about your brand and your business. Like, tell people a little bit more about your brand and your business.
Russo Productions.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty much me branding myself as an independent producer. I don't mind, signing to anybody when that time does come, if it comes. But for right now, I'm just establishing my name and my brand. I also work with, like I said, Split and OD out in Albany. Together we consider ourselves the locksmiths. They also produce Split raps. So we kind of do our thing when we're down there together. I link up with a lot of other artists too, but that's pretty much what my brand consists of.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
So how can people access your brand and your business as well? Same on social media?
Yeah, well, you can access my brand or anything through me, Nike Psyche, but also my website should be coming.
I was about to say
within
you
the
have
next-
a website
Yeah,
because
It's in the works right now. My graphic designer, my website designer, he's my line brother, but he's actually
okay.
working on it as we speak. So I could have had it out by now, but I wanted to make sure everything was in order. And me being a producer, having a beat making website, I don't want to put 5 beats up there. I'm trying to drop like 100.
Yeah,
on there,
I understand.
So
yeah.
y'all can look forward to that within the next 2 months.
Okay.
That's what's up. Before we go, Jill's got one last question for you.
Yes, because it's Founders Day month technically.
Right.
So I see it on your wrist. So you're alpha man.
Yeah, yeah, man. That was one of the best decisions of my life. Yeah, it was.
Fits you. Definitely fits you.
I appreciate that. I mean, I could have did anything, but I just feel like for me to be around people that have similar interests and mindsets, it was the easiest thing for me.
Who influenced you the most to pledge at ASU?
At ASU.
Yeah.
So all the alphas, man. I don't know. It was
Because Hall 5
Richard,
was, I was about to say
Richard
Hall 5
Adams,
was
man.
Alpha Hall.
My dad's an alpha.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He crossed at Valdosta State, so he's a trade too. So actually,
Wow.
that was dope. It was
That
pretty
is
cool.
dope. Oh, wow.
So I thought about pledging something else because growing up, I don't want to do what my dad did, but at the end of the day, it was natural.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I'm
came
saying?
natural.
Came natural. It's perfect
That's
fit.
interesting.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, now, people, that concludes our interview with Russo. We want to thank him for coming, and he's actually going to be joining us for the rest of the show, so stay tuned. Up next is our Black Issue of the Week.
Black Issue of the Week.
Most def.
All right, this is your boy T. Brad, and we are back with the Black Issue of the Week.
Yeah.
All right, now this week, Jillian and myself, we created a photo that we wanted to highlight some of the issues within the Black community that Black people are still slaves to. So in the photo, we went out to this slave plantation down in Washington, Georgia, and we had myself dressed up like a slave. And around me, we had a flag around me, and there was chains around my neck. We had a Gucci bag around me, a Rolex on my arm. Well, it really wasn't a Rolex, but you know what I mean. It was a gold watch. But we had, what else we had around me, Jill?
You had the
Jordan,
box.
yeah.
We had the police hat. We had some drugs.
Drugs, yeah.
Yeah, some drugs in the front. Then we had a TV.
Yeah, so we're planning on releasing the picture on Martin Luther King Day. Hopefully they can get people more interested in the show and gravitate towards us. But I know that a lot of people are going to kind of question the meaning behind the photo.
Yeah.
So we really wanted to just dive in today and give an explanation during the Black Issue of the Week of what the photo meant. So for me, the photo just kind of talks about what Black people are still slaves to today.
Yeah. And they all represent things that Black people are slaves to. We're slaves to materialism. That's probably the number one thing that we slaves to right now. Like, that's crazy. Like,
Talk about that.
It's a mental thing, man.
it is. It's a mental thing, and I've been breaking it's taken me a couple of years to work on it, but I've pretty much broken like the materialistic. I have to have this. I have to have that. Like, I don't care about none of that no more.
I ain't gonna lie, I still get caught up in it sometimes.
But you be fresh, man. You be fresh, man.
Appreciate
you
it.
be fresh.
But I gotta remind myself it's not about what you
Yeah.
get, man. It's about how you do it.
Yeah, and the only reason I stopped focusing so much on materialistic things was because I feel like at the end of the day, what you look like doesn't matter. It's about what you know, and like how, as long as you present yourself the right way and doing things the right way, what you have doesn't matter.
Not
like,
at all. It'll come.
Yeah, it'll come. It
See,
definitely will.
I totally agree with that, but I look at materialism in a different way. In my eyes, I feel like we are still slaves to it, but I kind of think about it like this. So many black people are the victims of racism, whether it be financial racism, systematic racism, oppression. It's like when we finally get this money, we're trying to go out and do things that we see everybody else do. It's like it's like when you're a kid and you see Billy Bob with a fucking Power Ranger, and mom, dad, I want a Power Ranger. I want a Power Ranger. So it's like black people, a lot of us are still that little kid. It's like once we finally get money, we go out and that's what we do when we get money. So it's like it's fucked up that we do it and we're still slaves to it. But I kind of not justify it, but I kind of think about like why we do that. Like, it's so easy to say, okay, we're slaves to materialism, but unless we really want to produce results or change, we have to look at why we are slaves to that materialism.
I mean, it's come from us lacking. You know, it's a self-esteem thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We feel like when we get this next thing, it'll make me feel better. Like, looking good is gonna make me feel better. This next shirt's gonna make me feel
That's
good.
why it's mental.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all
Once you
mental.
break that hole mentally, man, you don't care if you had ripped jeans and torn t-shirt, man. You go out feeling like you $1 million.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting. So what do y'all think the first thing black people do is when they get money? Because I had this discussion with a colleague of mine, and it really made me think. Like, what do y'all think the first thing that black people do when they get money?
2 things, man: clothes and car.
You, Jill?
A lot of money, like a whole bunch. Try to take care of somebody in like the family. I feel like they
That
try to
too.
like.
And see,
'cause that's what I think I'm gonna do.
And see,
I ain't
think
gonna lie
that
to you. I got a couple people.
I
same
think
way.
that black people, I think that's good. Okay, buy your mama house, but I think that it's so fucked up. Like, when a white person gets drafted to the NFL, you don't hear about them going to buy their mom a car or a house because they have that generational wealth. So when black people do it, we got to take care of Pookie, Twan, goddamn cousin Ram.
Yep.
So much to where we're not taking care of ourselves. But then the question is proposed: if you're going to better the black community, do you just look out for you or do you help everybody else?
No, I feel like a way that you can not look out for you. I feel like instead of spending thousands and thousands of dollars on cars that lose their value as soon as you pull off the lot, like put that money into building back whatever community that you left. A lot of
totally
people
agree.
leave communities and don't go back. I even felt that way. Like, I feel like, I was never going to go back to Athens. I don't never want to go back. But if I become successful
I'm just
and
playing.
get a lot of money,
I
I am going to go back to Athens and I'm going to build up the communities that need to be built up. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, black people need to own a lot more things. Like, we don't own anything. So,
That's
like,
true.
That's real.
on top of land, I just would start a whole bunch of different businesses. Like, okay, you got a cousin that does hair, and if you got enough money to loan her the money so she can get a shop, I do it because maybe she's not, maybe her credit's bad or whatever. She can't get the loan that she needs from the banks and all the other stuff. So I feel like people should use their money that way. Like, if you got somebody that wants to start a business, give them the money to start a business. But
You gotta really believe in supporting.
yeah, but you
your
gotta
friends.
really believe. Yeah.
Because some people will get your money and just BS with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that's how you build that generational wealth.
Yeah.
When you were saying buying your mama and everybody a house and everything, that's the only way you're gonna establish your family is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Don't buy them a car, buy them a house, buy
Yep.
them some land, teach them how to flip their money, and just keep it going. That's what I plan on doing. My family, I'm gonna buy my mom a house. I'm gonna get my sister, my brother, my other brother. We gonna find out what we love to do.
Because I
We
don't
gonna keep it
need
flipping.
15 cars.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
That's
Black
definitely
people
what I
buy
want
so
to spend my
much-
money on is
Yeah,
cars.
we do buy a lot of cars and jewelry.
I will. Jewelry, well, gold is worth something, so
At the end of the day.
gold
At the
is
end of the day.
always gonna be worth something. So diamonds probably too. Yeah, so I wouldn't the jewelry thing that's actually not a bad thing to me because
If you're down bad, you trade it in.
yeah, you just trade that in for money, but
Pawn shop.
multiple cars.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so you can only drive one car.
And half the celebrities don't even drive their own cars. Like,
Yeah,
they're
they
not,
don't.
they're always gone. But back to the picture. So, Jill, talk about the drugs in the picture.
Okay, so the drugs in the picture, I feel like we are still slaves to drugs. Right now, to me, the new drug is lean and Xans, the pills, the prescription drugs. Back then it was crack. But now it's, to me, it's that. Like, and the reason, I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. The reason is the music. What's played on the radio and stuff like that, or the stuff like, let me give an example. Spend It by Day Day. He talks about spending a check, getting his money up, and then spending it all and getting it right back. But he don't tell you how he gets it back. So it's kind of
Can't tell him all that.
like, yeah, I know, but like when you're hearing a song, a kid that's hearing a song, they're just hearing like, oh yeah, spend that check and get it right back. So all they thinking about is, I'm gonna spend any type of money I'm getting, I'm gonna spend it. But he ain't telling them how he's getting it back. So it's kind of like they not gonna know how to get it back. Let's think of another song. Only song I could think. Well, Future is the only person I could think of that really still talk about drugs like super hard.
Shout out to Future and the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. Yo, they made it back. Yo, y'all might have a fan next year. Like, I've never been a Falcons fan because y'all always disappoint me. All the Atlanta teams disappoint me.
Don't get too excited.
I'm not getting too excited.
Like,
but
the Falcons are notorious for losing in the playoffs, especially the first round. So I'm glad they.
But this offense
they
got has been putting up points. You see how many points they've been averaging in the game? They've been putting up points.
I'm a Patriots fan, so that's all I care about.
As long as
Tom
their
Brady.
defense is solid, the offense is actually decent.
I think Matt Ryan just solidified his MVP win last.
He has to.
Yeah, he really went in this year. Like,
I'm still rooting for Brady though. Brady's.
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan, man. But
you're an Eagles fan?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love
they did good
Philadelphia.
this year. That quarterback they had this year was he was.
I'm with it. They getting better.
He was. Let's see.
So for me. Just get back on topic.
I'm sorry, yeah. Damn, we did.
For me, the drugs in the picture, it represents how black people are slaves to drugs, but it kind of made me think a little bit deeper how we're actually slaves still to the war on drugs. Like, black people can get incarcerated for, crack.
Oh,
and
I know.
they'll get, years. How do you know?
I've been,
You say I'm talking about crack. Like,
no crack, but I've been arrested for drugs. So yeah.
Oh, okay, but
Jail out here.
But white people might have the same thing but just a different format, whatever, cocaine, and they get a lot lighter sentence. And so it's like the war on drugs is something that has really never been explained, but black people are, especially black men, are the victims of that. They're taken away from their families, their schools, their lives, and it's really fucked up how two people can do the exact same crime for the exact same drug and one gets a harsher sentence. So,
welcome to America.
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
And I think that the war on drugs and everything, it was set in place for black people.
Yeah, because we're not even going to get into how the drugs got in the black communities.
We ain't got to speak on
Black people don't own fucking planes, boats, and
exactly. How was we getting it?
Yeah.
How?
It
Houseway.
was planted, man. So, it was all a plan, man.
It sure was, and we still suffering from it now. They ain't
are.
even letting us in the legal weed.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of celebrities are. There's some celebrities that have tapped into it, but like out in Colorado, it's mostly white people.
White people are going to make weed legal everywhere, tax it, and make money off of it, and that's going to be the end of it. But the nigga on the corner, he's going to go to jail for it. Still going to jail for it.
Of course.
Always going to go to jail for it.
And they're going to try to drag it out because they know all the people that did go to jail for it, they're going to have to let them go.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's why they haven't.
That's why they're trying to take their time.
Yeah, that's why they're taking their time. Yeah, they really are, because it should be legal already. And they know. We ain't gonna do that. But shout out to Florida for making it legal medicinal.
Oh, Georgia's gonna be like the last state.
Yeah, I know. We gotta get the governor out. I hate him. Like,
who's it? Nathan Deal?
Yes, we gotta get him out. Like,
he's like
once we get a new
89,
governor,
90.
I feel like then Georgia will progress a little. I don't know. He
I
needs to just go.
I don't think Georgia's gonna progress any because we're still I think we're looking at it from the focal point of being from Atlanta or Athens, so it's a multicultural city. But most of Georgia is not like that. Like, they're on fucking farms and hoeing down yards and
legal
cooking,
weed in Georgia would help them. They wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to.
They got their moonshine though. They don't give a fuck about no.
They got their lick.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. You ain't even lying.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't look like you can drive 15 minutes outside of Atlanta, and it looks nothing like Atlanta. Like down in out in Douglasville, I don't even go out there anymore. Like,
unless you got a reason.
Yeah, unless you got a reason to.
Yeah. Me and some of my homeboys rented a house out there, probably like 5-6 years ago. Shout out to them. The worst experience of my life, but yeah. Like, as soon as we got off the exit to Douglasville, I want to say we got pulled over like 5-6 times, just because we're black, and it was like no black people. So every single time they make us get out of the car, search the car, like, like, nigga, I'm driving a 95 Honda Accord. Like, I have nothing. I'm broke as hell. Like, so it's just the atmosphere out there. And then there was an incident one time. We were at Waffle House, me and two of my homeboys, and one of them or two of them went outside to smoke a cigarette, and I was still sitting at the table. So the waitress called the police because she thought that we were going to
skip the check.
Yeah, skip the check. And I'm like,
you
bitch.
called the police,
Yeah,
girl?
like, yeah.
I'd have been like, really?
I can see if we was already outside.
Yeah, like,
in the car.
You gonna call the police?
Yeah, and like, it was a fat white guy. He came in there. He was arguing with me. My other two homeboys are shit. You know me, like, when I'm arguing, like, I have no problem. So then, like, the police officer, I remember he was waving the baton in my face, and he was like, either you leave right now or something, like, I'm going to arrest you. And he was like, he started to, like, try to grab me, and I was like, don't touch me. So then he was like, if you keep talking back, something's going to happen and you're going to go to jail. He was like, you can either lose the attitude or go to jail. You know me, I'm like, challenge. Like, I'm like, and I was like, no, you're not finna just try to intimidate me. So, like, that was just, being out there is such a, I'm not going to say all rural areas are like that, but
most of them are.
Yeah. Like,
most of them are.
I remember when I was driving down to Albany.
We just came back from the cabins, and I kept saying everywhere we was driving, I was like, we are in KKK land. I hope
remember we went to go take the picture in Washington.
Exactly.
Jill got in front of, or she didn't get in front of, but we were in the gas station, and this white lady was standing in whatever she was doing.
Behind us,
And Jill was like, can I, is the bathroom open? And the white lady mumbled something like when Jill said that, and I was like,
here we go.
Here we go. Exactly. Man.
I mean, we still in the South at the end of the day, man.
Yeah, that's really what it is, man.
Yeah.
They literally let black people use the same restrooms as white people, like, 50, 60 years ago? Like, we still have people that are alive from that era, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, segregation is real out here, and Georgia is, at least
speaking
in
of that,
Mississippi.
Speaking of that, in the picture we had a police hat and police baton, so that kind of represented police brutality still going on within the African American community today. Like, that's a whole nother podcast discussion, but just tell us a little bit about that, Jill.
Fuck 12. For real.
I
do not like the police. I don't.
Well, that pretty much sums that up.
Yep,
like,
I don't like the police. I don't like that they use their power for, well, some of them, not all police are bad, I ain't gonna lie, but most of them know that they can't get in trouble for doing the things that they do,
and I want to say,
really abuse it.
Yeah, and I really want to say, just fuck all the white people that are like, well, if you just comply, then
that
you
doesn't matter, man.
Like,
I hate that,
shit.
man.
That's
I'm
the
telling
dumbest shit in the world.
Never, like, because they never get pulled over for no reason. That's why.
It's like, if you just comply, or if you dress a certain way.
What were you doing?
Yeah.
No, I'm not, bitch.
Now,
I'm not
before
doing
I got my
shit.
dreads, I'll tell you something that I've noticed has changed. Ever since my dreads have gotten longer, I've gotten pulled over way more. I get pulled over so much now. Like, I feel like it's just because I look like, I don't know, look like somebody they're looking for or something like that. But I've gotten pulled over a lot more now that my dreads have gotten longer.
Driving while black.
Driving while black, man.
I've been pulled over so many times that I can't even, like, I'm big and I'm
really
black.
do.
Yeah, like, I get pulled over for everything. And you know what? Okay, my license might have been suspended. My shit might have been suspended. But, like, that's besides the point. Like, why are you pulling me over? Like, you don't know my license is suspended from my car. I had a police officer pull me over one time. He's like, oh, your tint's too dark. I'm like, dude, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. How can you tell they're too dark? Like, how do you know?
He's
how?
gonna
Like,
pull you over.
You're like, what is your reasoning for pulling me over? And whenever
see
you
who's in the car. And the
hopefully I got somebody.
Hopefully you got somebody. Yep.
Like, I've been pulled over in Atlanta. I live in traffic court. Like, I stay there. They know me by name. Like, when I walk in, say, oh, hey, Mr. Bradshaw. Like, they know me.
Oh my
Shout out
God,
to Atlanta, you know, traffic court. But, like, that right there, that smells good as hell. That little spray thing in the air, y'all. I just smell. But, like, man, I just can't. The police, I'm not going to say all of them are bad, but
there's a police problem, though. There is.
Yeah.
There's a police problem, and somebody needs to govern them, and no one governs them, and I think that's the problem. Like, they don't answer to, who do they answer to?
Other police.
Exactly.
Their friends.
Like, that's a problem, because there is a police problem, and the fact that they don't have to have any training kills me. Like, they act like they did so much to get their job.
They get trained for like 3 or 4 months.
You don't need a degree.
No.
Like,
my biggest pet peeve with police is not just white people, but a lot of black people, but a lot of white people. It's like, we should honor them and put the, they put the lights on. It's a fucking job.
No, they chose that job.
Nobody makes you do it.
No.
We see police how white people see us.
Yes.
Like, that's how it is now.
Yes.
Like,
really.
they are
I never
scared
thought about
of
it
us.
like that. That's a really good,
like,
that's a
white
good
people
ass
see
picture
black
idea
people.
right there. That's a really good, like,
they see us walking down the street and like, oh shit. We see police like, oh shit.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's a bad thing now that we're tired of our sons, daughters, and cousins dying and we
On
shooting
camera.
back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now it's like, oh, go blue or, back to blue. That's so sickening to me. Like,
It is.
that's a spit in every black person's face
It
that's
really
died.
is.
Like,
It
that's
really is.
disgusting to me
Black or white, shoot. I just don't like. I don't do with the police. I can't.
at all.
I have like
Oh
a lot
my
of there used to be white friends or white associates from high school, and they're like, "Oh, well, if you didn't dress like a thug, or if you don't look a certain way," I'm like,
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you. Though.
Not just that, but let me rewind you back to the whole civil rights movement. My nigga, they were dressed in fucking suits, and y'all still didn't care. Like,
Exactly.
like, what do you mean? Like, we were in fucking tailored suits, and nobody cared.
You
It
right
was
about
actually
that.
open and
Yeah,
acceptable
like
back then.
nobody. Shit, it still is today. Almost like nobody cares. So, kill me with that.
Kill me with it. For
What
real.
else in the
Start-
pig?
They need to start going to the white neighborhoods more. All you see cops be rolling around like the hood, and man, it's too much.
When they're doing that over in the white neighborhoods, it's really for security. Like,
Yeah.
they're
they
not
don't
doing it
even
for
go
them.
there. Yeah. Oh, okay.
They doing it to
That's
protect them.
crazy. So they're law enforcement on us, but police officers to white people.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
But see, the reason why, like, even when I notice, like, when I go out to Sandy Springs or the Atlantic Station area or like not Douglasville, what is it called? Dunwoody, like the more
Dunwoody, yeah.
white areas, I don't see a lot of police officers out there giving out traffic tickets. I see them all up and down MLK, Candler Road,
Yep.
Campbellton Road. They're all in the hood because what a lot of people don't realize is that I want to say 90% of all cases, any type of case, is solved through a plea deal.
Yep.
So when you go to traffic court, like I went to traffic court with a friend last week. White people, I've been to traffic court. White people get lawyers for DUIs. I'm like, how do you beat, like, bitch, you a drunk. What do you, like, how do you beat that? But they continuously beat it. And here I am paying $200-$300 for a fucking seatbelt or, a tinted window. I'm like, so they know not to go in the white neighborhoods because they know that they're not going to make any money from it. But they go in the the black neighborhoods and they give you these tickets and they know that you're just going to pay your little money
And keep it moving.
Yeah, put your head
wow.
down. Like, black people are not getting lawyers for traffic tickets. We don't have the resources. There was a movie called American Violet. It's on Netflix. And it talks about this how black and Latino mothers are in these poor neighborhoods and police will plant drugs on them and the police will take them to jail. They'll get a little plea deal and they'll get out because what people don't know is that I want to say the federal government gives states a certain amount of money for every plea deal that they get. And
Wow.
then that money trickles down to cities.
Meeting quota.
So it's like, yeah, you got to meet a quota. So it's really fucked up, but
Wow.
I'm not going to get into that.
It's the stuff they don't talk about.
The
I could
stuff they
preach on
don't
that all
teach
day.
you in school. That stuff.
It's a lot of stuff they don't teach us. They don't teach us about
Like how to
taxes,
do
nothing,
taxes,
money, nothing.
stuff like that. That's
They
crazy.
teach us how to go get a job.
They teach you how to
don't
spend money.
Yeah.
In school, that's what they teach you how to do. Spend money.
Yeah. So basically the picture again was to just encompass everything that we felt that the African American community was slaves to.
Yeah.
Police brutality, drugs, the war on drugs, materialism. It really just wanted to highlight that. So if anybody has a question of why you did this picture or why we did this, that's the reason why. And actually, Just Jill and myself, we're actually going to be creating more pictures like that or kind of similar to that because we want to bring awareness to these issues. And I feel like the number one way to reach people today is social media.
Yep.
Like, no one's picking up a fucking
And
book.
visually.
Yeah, visually.
Yeah.
Tell them about the February rollout that we have.
Oh, the February rollout. Yeah, we're gonna do 4 different shoots, right? 4 different shoots using 4 different photographers. They're all gonna be themed like this one that we just. Oh, I'm sorry, I got gum in my mouth.
You got a fucking list like me?
No, let me take a gum out. But they're all gonna be themed, and and then at the end in March, we're gonna bring all the photographers in, and we're gonna talk about them.
Yeah, we're going to
interview
discuss
everybody. Yeah, we're gonna
what it's
discuss all
like
the
being a
pictures.
black photographer in, a white field, basically.
Because honestly, I'm tired of just seeing headshots and model
Me too.
pictures. We're gonna do some real
Yeah,
photography.
abstract shit.
Yeah,
We
this
got a
is
lot of
gonna be
stuff working.
real,
There's some
real
great
creative.
photographers out
Yeah,
here, too.
and
Some
they
great
are.
ones.
So bring them out if you wanna.
Bring them out. I remember me, shout out to DeRoss and Jerron. We did a dance to that. We were like in elementary school, middle school to bring them
my
out.
God.
I just thought about it. But
Oh my
yeah.
God, I wish they'd got that on tape. Oh my God.
But yes, that concludes our black issue of the week. We will be right back with what's up next, Jill?
I think we got the Black History
Yep,
facts.
Black History of the Week. And since it is Martin Luther King Day tomorrow, we're actually going to give some little known facts about Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
All right, folks, it's your boy T. Brad, and we are back with our Black History of the Week. Like I said, it is Martin Luther King Day tomorrow, so we really wanted to just highlight some little-known facts about Martin Luther King. Jill, take us away.
Why I gotta go first? All right. Well, I'm just gonna read this straight off that paper.
What you want me to do it then?
I mean, I'll be reading regardless.
All right. So at the age of 13, Martin Luther King Jr. tried to commit suicide. He was supposed to be staying at home to watch his grandmother. He snuck out to go to a parade that his parents forbid him to go to. While he was out, his little brother was sliding down a pole or some type of rail, and he hit his grandmother, and his grandmother was knocked unconscious. Martin Luther King, being so young, didn't know that had nothing to do with her death because she died of a heart attack. So he went up to the second story of his home, and he tried to, he did. He jumped out the window.
Dang.
So that was a little known fact. He tried to commit suicide.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. Like, there's a lot of these facts I didn't even know.
I'm doing my research.
Yeah, you
Shout
do.
out to the, Georgia State Library.
All right. Shout out to them. Let's see. I'll read the next one.
Okay.
MLK's younger brother, Alfred Daniel King, was also a preacher and a civil rights activist. 15 months after MLK died, his brother died. His daughter heard him tell someone on the phone, "They killed my brother. I'm gonna find out who did it." The day later, Alfred was found dead in a pool, laying in a fetal position. His wife Naomi said he was murdered because what? His wife said he was murdered because Alfred was an excellent swimmer. The ambulance workers told the family he had no water in his lungs before he hit the water. There were rings and bruises around his neck and forehead. So basically,
They killed him.
They killed him. Wow. Oh my God, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was,
That's sad.
another.
That's crazy.
And the thing is, I never
MLK
knew
went
about.
through a lot.
I never knew about his brother. No,
Yeah.
think about his parents. To bury your son and then bury the other son 15 months later.
Wow.
And then, your mama getting shot in the head in the church. Like, that's a lot of stuff.
That's crazy. Okay.
That's
Go
a
ahead and
rough
read the
life.
rest of them. Because
Okay, so at MLK's death, he was 39 years old, but a lot of people didn't know that the autopsy showed that he had the heart of a 60-year-old.
Wow.
So, all that stress.
I bet he got
believe it.
arrested. You know how many times he get arrested?
Think about the death threats.
Yeah, the death threats too.
Yeah, the phone call.
But a lot of people don't know that a lot of black people actually,
On top of his diet, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he didn't eat good.
there's been studies done that show that especially black men, die younger than white men because of stress and just racism. It boils down to a lot of racism.
Yeah.
You have to go through a lot more things than your white counterparts have to go through.
What? And that's real because the things that white people get stressed about, just from different jobs I've had, it's so funny to hear them. The things that they get stressed about. It's funny.
It is.
It
I was
really
doing,
is. Like, I see why y'all be snapping because it be little things that y'all be acting like.
Remember when I worked for Uber?
Yeah.
I was taking this group of white people home, and they were arguing in the back seat because I guess their families were friends, and they were going on a vacation for high school graduation.
Yeah.
And they couldn't decide if they wanted to go to Spain or Europe, and I'm like, oh, really?
Oh.
And you're not gonna tip? You're not gonna tip?
That's ignorant.
Fuck.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Okay, so MLK donated all of his what?
Nobel Peace Prize
Oh.
money to the civil rights movement. He was awarded $54,000, which today would be around $400,000 to $450,000. He gave it all to the civil rights movement.
Shout out. Oh wow.
Can you imagine somebody doing that today?
Kaepernick they say he gave his entire shoe collection to homeless, to the shelter, some shelter, wherever, what city he plays for.
San Francisco.
Okay, yeah, the shelter in San Francisco. But yeah, he gave it all away, his entire shoe collection.
Shout out to him. Colin.
Yeah, for real. He's been doing a lot of good work.
Okay, so a lot of people didn't know that in 1972, after his death, Martin Luther King was awarded a Grammy for Best Spoken Word Album for Why I Oppose the War on Vietnam. It was what do you say? How do you say it? Posthumous.
Vietnam.
What?
What is Vietnam?
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 Vietnam.
Oh my God, I can't deal with you.
Bitch,
I'm
I'm
not about to
French.
do this.
Shit, that's how we say
I'm not
it.
about to do this with you. I was like, Vietnam? What is that?
Yeah, I was waiting to hear that one too.
Wait,
I was,
how do you say it? Vietnam.
It's Vietnam. I don't know what you saying. Like, you just made up a whole different country. What in the world? All right.
Vietnam War. Shit. Wait, how you say it?
Vietnam. It's Vietnam.
Okay.
Oh my God. All right. Today, over 799 streets in the U.S. are named after MLK Jr., with one in almost every major city.
We're not gonna talk about how they're all in the hood. They're all in the hood.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And they're all in the hood, too. That's crazy.
All right,
my
folks,
God.
we'll be back with our complicated question of the week. We're going to see if Just Jill and Russo can answer this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are back with our complicated question of the week. Now, this week the question is, do black people and or the black community spend their money on things they do not need? And if so, how can this be fixed?
Yes.
Most definitely.
Most definitely we do. How can it be fixed? Let's talk about solutions.
I think one of the main solutions that we need in the black community is we need our own. Stop going, shout out to all the other multicultural individuals, the Hispanics.
Shout out to
the
China
Arabs.
Walk, because I'm still,
I fuck with China
gonna
Walk.
hit y'all up. I do love y'all.
But it's like we go and spend our money with everybody else, but we don't give anything back to the black community.
And then complain.
Yeah.
And then complain, like the ones that do have the businesses, they be like, oh, I can't. Black people don't know how to do customer service.
Black people do got the worst fucking customer service. I don't care what
We
nobody
do.
says.
Not
Like,
all
not
of
all
them,
of them.
man, when I go down to McDonald's on MLK every fucking night, I'm in that drive-thru for about 20 minutes, and the lady go like, "What you want?" Like they just have.
But that ain't her business. She working there.
Like,
She's
she's
slaving
just
at
on the
McDonald's.
website.
I'll be mad too.
I can't.
You know.
But like, I think that we need to buy land. We need our own. I read an Ebony article, and I saw the Chris Rock documentary, Good Hair. I want to say that black women spend about, $400 billion a year in the hair care world and beauty market, and we own like literally nothing.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, black people sell hair,
Yep.
but we don't own anything.
Yeah, we don't.
We're going over here to goddamn,
we need to support each other.
Yep.
yeah,
You know,
like
there's a lot of us who have good businesses or good upstarts that can't really cross that hump into being mainstream or big because they don't have the support.
I feel like another thing that can help fix it too would be like if we put our money together. Black people won't put their money together and do stuff
Hell
like that,
nah.
like buy buildings. Yeah, for real, they won't. But I feel like that would help a little bit more. Like I know it's easy. It's a lot of recording studios in Atlanta. I don't know how many are black owned, but I feel like that's what a lot of people are starting to do is putting their money together and then opening up businesses. I feel like that's what they need to do.
It's smart.
And I think that
Definitely be
I think that
smart.
one thing that we are overlooking is it's so easy for us to say, oh, black people need to do this, we need to do that. But it is a fact that when black people do try to go and get these business loans and stuff like that,
You get
we
denied.
get
Yes.
denied. We are charged a lot more. I want to say it was about 5 to 10 years ago. A lot of people don't know. Wells Fargo was sued and they had to shell out millions of dollars because they were charging African Americans and Latinos more on interest for loans versus white people.
It makes me
it's
want to close my Wells
right,
Fargo account.
and it's
Right
like,
about
and it's like, it's
Right
like,
now.
so it's so easy for us to say black people need to do this, but we are being shut out of a lot of markets that we could potentially be, uplifted in or doing better in. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Once again,
A big thing with us too is we play the victim a lot. You know, we've been beaten up, been pushed down, but we've been through more than pretty much any other race. And if we was just to focus on embracing where we are right now and just being positive
Building from
mindset,
there,
moving
yeah.
forward, don't worry about how bad you had it. Focus on how bad you want it. You know.
Yeah, there you go. All right, quotes.
all right, folks. Well, that concludes another episode of Beast Talk. This is your boy T. Brad.
This is your girl, Just Jill.
I'm Russo. Check them out.
All right.
Oh! Before we leave, before we head out, the song, the talent of the week. We have a different musical guest this week.
Yeah, it's
and,
different musical guests.
yeah,
If you
it's
want
not
your
Young
music,
Dre.
if you want your music submitted on the podcast, please email us at beasttalkpod@gmail.com. You need to say that. I got a list. You say it.
I will spell it for y'all. BEASTTALKPOD@gmail.com.
I would have
Okay?
been up in the mic.
But this artist this week, his name is Pipe Pacino, and the song is Glory. So y'all check it out, check him out, and yeah.
New World Order, I'm nothing short of Razor Ramon. I subtitled a special message to make it known. I don't fuck with pigs, but expected to bring the bacon home. I chase the bacon, chances taken to make it home. Out of pocket, these niggas pockets on Razor phone. I'm shooting rockets at John Stockton's and K Malone's. Competition is not an object, I'm in a race alone. Some grapes along with an eighth of strong, make great cologne. My dick is like an opinion, hope she don't take it wrong. I'm the greatest, you can't debate it, just face it, Holmes. The top look vacant, but trust me, it won't be vacant long. Woo! This that shit that they been waiting on. I got a vision that's bigger than Will and Jada's home. Woo! Shooting pistols with potatoes on. With old cats like Steve Smith and Jake DeLone, huh? Glory, hallelujah. 2,000 nurses from hospice scrubbing me down with loofahs. Homicides, what they trying to prove, well, your honor prove it. I'm in the booth catching bodies, they beg me not to do it. You got your shooters, the cops are clueless. Who shot your shooters? Then we pull off with cigars filled with the loudest music. I act a foo-foo, I've been a doodle since Platinum Fubu. My gun come faster than you do. Glory unto you. Glory. I act a foo-foo, I've been a doodle since Platinum Fubu. My gun come faster than you do, that's from a lack of mushu. Chill bill, no deals here, I'm taxing you too. My great-great-grandmother was known for acts of voodoo. Tati and Nunu got matching tutus with matching shoes too. I got the